Good morning, traders. Matrix here. It's November 26th, 10:39 a.m. and here is my recap for the trading day. Basically, today I only took one trade. I'm going to pull this in right now, show you guys my trade right here. And it's a one-shot, one-kill day. Really snipe my shots. Okay, pull in the SPY as well. I mean, as you can see, the SPY, it's weird. It doesn't really know what it wants to do right now, right? So today a little bit more on the careful side. I didn't anticipate the pop-up on the SPY because last night when I made my watch list, the futures haven't opened yet. But I guess had I double check it or a little later last night, I would have seen that the SPY would have gapped up. Let's take a look and dive right into it. So I opened the day at a little bit under 14K on this small account challenge, and I took one trade, which took me 3 tickets to cover it out, and I ended up the day green. As far as commissions go, let me do a quick calculation. 1.5. It's $6. All right. So tomorrow I'll probably start the account at 1405 or something like that. Now, here is Oh, TFS kept getting disconnected right now. But here is the trade. I'm up $42 on this one trade, which is considered very good if you're trading a 50 share size here on a small account. And this is actually in the beginning of any small account challenge. This is actually how you should properly trade, is use very small size and just gain it 30, 40, 50 bucks a day. And you build from there. Eventually, you size up. Anyways, let's get into the trade. Apple, one short out the gates, 9:32 a.m. Eventually covering at 9:39. So pull this out of the way and zoom in here on Apple. All right. Zoom in real quick. 9:32. And I basically highlighted the candle where I got short. It's this one. So right at the open, Apple today, it gapped up, I believe. Yeah, it gapped up. And during the pre-market, it was already coming down. I had some levels marked off according to my thesis last night on my watch list. If you haven't seen my watch list, I put them out nightly. They are for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell button. And that way you'll get my watch list. So Apple gapped up, and then pre-market it started selling off. I already had these key levels marked out here at 175, 174 and a half, 174, and 173 and a half as well. Right out the gates, the candle pops. We like to wait a few minutes out the gates before we taking the trade, but right out the gates I saw this setup that I was watching for. The candle popped, I saw it sell off. It was looking really heavy in essence. Let's see what this candle, okay, it was looking really heavy in essence. I mean, out the gates the candle didn't form like this. It was it opened right here, it got sold off, and then this little run up was pretty quick to shoot up. But once it got to about here, it pushed up, came down, pushed up, came down, pushed up, came down, pushed up, and then it came down hard, eventually selling out and closing under this 174.50 here on this candle. So from that in itself, I looked at it as a very weak open. And then I'm looking for, I was also paying attention to the VWAP here as well. The next candle, once again, it sold off, came back up, and tested through this VWAP, and then came back down. So to me, that in itself was kind of like the VWAP slap, the first VWAP tag rejection here. And the next candle, as it came down, I took it right here at 174.40. As the red candle came down and broke the body of the previous green candle, right? So I basically just took it right there. Here it is. Entry time, entry price, 50 shares, and I shorted from there. Now, as I wrote this down, I didn't pay myself here because it wasn't really that big of a deal, only 20 cents. Next candle, it opens up right at the 50 MA, sold off. Wait, no, it opens up right at the 50. It took a little while, but it boom popped up. Now my first risk was at 74.50, and I almost took myself out here because this candle got as high as 174.65. As it pushed through, I almost scared myself out and covered, but because of a big lesson that Trick has taught me, we basically, I basically held through and made sure the candle closes before I formulate my decision to cover out. So I didn't freak out. Very proud of myself about that. And eventually the candle came right back down, and I had a sigh of relief. And then it closed weak. And as I'm writing, my first cover was at here 173.9 at 934 and a bit. So 934 candle. Okay, so this candle, okay, this pop actually kind of scared me. So when it did come back down and went through the 174, I covered a little. I covered half and paid myself as it snaps this key whole number of 174, as well as a pre-level markets, I believe it's the pre-market lows. So it's the whole number. And I paid myself half for 50 cents and took that off. Now, once that happened, the rest was history, because the other half just did this, right? Eventually, I got out at 939. This candle 939.15. It hit a very key bottom area here. I saw it reverse, and I paid myself and took it off. So 936, I paid myself a little bit more. I took another half because it washed really hard, right? And my target was 173, but it never got there. It washed really hard, so I wanted to lock some in, and then the rest was just history, right? So I think I got out right about here. And that would be my final take of the day. Now, in hindsight, of course, we always see the hindsight trade. This bottom, a couple of a moderator at Trick Trades caught this bottom, and he wrote this long, and he probably wrote it all the way back up to the VWAP at least. And then as I was watching this stock, I really wanted to look for a short signal at 175 and re-short this. And however, I didn't take it because the 175 or the highs of the day was above the opening high. So that kind of gave me a little bit of hesitation. Once it pulled at 175, and I thought I basically missed the trade. So I just lost all interest in trying to enter the stock again, unless it came back up to 175 and double top, but it never came back up, right? I guess looking at it, the real trade was this candle right here, or this candle. As it yanked, it came back up, right? It couldn't break out. And then this candle made another seller's candle. This could have been a trade, but the risk would have been, well, where is this opening price? It closed at 74.66, and your risk should be 175 or a little bit above the high. So if you had taken this trade here, you would be risking about 30-40 cents to hit this move. So I wasn't really comfortable with risking 40 cents on hitting that move, since um, that's basically what half I gain. And with my account being so small, uh, I just don't want to risk it. I really want to emphasize on trading a small account. You got to build first. So these kind of days of this, like the one shot, one kills, you really just need to take it and leave it alone. I mean, if the risk was a little less, if it double topped, that would have been a different story, because that would have just gave me like a 10-20 cent stop, and I would have took that. But 40 cents risk, with the potential of like giving back all my gains, that's not really something I want to go through. At least not today, at least not in this current market condition right now, and at least not in my situation of my account being so small. So that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys out tomorrow. Ciao.